Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome to my channel. Yes, welcome to Brainstorm TV Word Production. What? Yes, so it's all good. Yes. So, the topic for today, uh, let's talk about building strong brands. So company brands. So I just have a few companies that I want to talk about today. What? Yes. So so hit the like button on the way in, hit that like button on your way out. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. But it's all good. So today I want to talk about a few brands. So your brand is your company and your company is your brand. So when you are talking about a brand, you're just talking about a particular company. So I want to talk about Nintendo today. I want to talk about Nintendo. Just want to give a little bit of history on Nintendo, Adidas, and Dell, the Dell Computer Company. So Nintendo has been an innovator in the video game industry for a really long period now, and its marketing strategy is no exception. For decades, the Nintendo marketing strategy has leveraged creative positioning to expand its market capitalization and customer base. So, in other words, Nintendo has been an innovator in the video game industry for a long time. But it's all good. Yes, for a long time. And so, they mostly, I guess, concentrate on their customer base. They wanted to expand their market capitalization and their customer base. So in other words, they wanted to expand, I guess, draw in more customers. So the way to draw in more customers is to have what the customer wants and what the customer needs. What? It's all good. Yes. So branding is very important. So uh, when customers look at your company and they see that you have built, they see that you have built a strong brand, a trustworthy brand, uh I guess I would say a brand that offers value to the customer. So in other words, a trustworthy brand. In other words, what I mean when I say that, I mean when you go to a particular company, a particular brand, you want to know that you can trust their products and services. You don't want to go in to a store, to a company, to a brand. They all the same, and then you buy something and you get it home and you're like, this is not what this product does not, uh, does not give me what you know I. What I thought it would give me. In other words, when I purchased this product and then I got it home, I ordered it online on their website. But when I got it home, it was totally different. But it's so good, so trustworthy. You wanna shop at brands that you know you can trust. So a lot of times we will shop at those familiar brands that we have, companies that we have shopped at before, because we pretty much know. Oh, I shopped there before, and I shopped there before, and I know that I want to get what I paid for. I know I can trust the company. The company is going to give me my money's worth. So when I buy that, in other words, I go buy a bike, even if I buy a car, go to a car dealership. I might have a particular car dealership that I may purchase from. What any company that you purchase from, you want to know that you can trust them. You want to know that they have built a strong brand, a brand that customers can trust, a brand that customers rely on. So let me read on. In this blog post, we'll take a closer look at the Nintendo marketing strategy from prototyping to production, staging, and how it has evolved over time, helping the company architect a grand success story. Nintendo's marketing strategy is unique, from the way it approaches product segmentation to the innovative tactics it uses to engage its customers to its creative positioning ways in the highly competitive video gaming space. So, in other words, Nintendo, they created a unique strategy. So, yes, a unique strategy, a strategy that other companies may not have. So, when they're looking at their competitors, they want to have something unique, something that different, something unique, something different, something that their competitors may not have or may not be doing. So, a lot of times you do want to have a unique strategy. You want to have a unique strategy that that can pull in those customers. When you're looking at it, when you're in the market and you're looking for you're looking for, say for instance, you're looking for some of the products like gaming systems, you know the gaming systems that Nintendo offers. When you're looking at the different gaming systems, then you may look at the competitors and say, uh, you might look at Microsoft, you might look at Nintendo, and maybe Sony or a company like that. A company like that. You might say, hey, what um, what is the difference between this Nintendo gaming system as opposed to the Microsoft system or the Sony system? So then that's how you would make your choice. You make your choice that way. You want as consumers, we want what we want. We want it at the time we want it. We want it at lower price, a low cost. We want a low cost item. We want it at a convenient location. And when we purchase it, we want it to do what the company says it's going to do. Yeah, it's so good. What? Yeah, so you don't want to get home. Just imagine you don't want to get home after you purchase a Nintendo and you get home and you find out, no, this is not what it is. No, it's not. No, so it's not. So, looking at the competitors, doing your research. If you are running your own company, you would definitely look at the competitors and see what they offer. In other words, if say for instance, I want to purchase anything, uh, a computer, I guess I would say, if I want to purchase a computer, 9 times out of 10, I want to shop around. I want to shop around. If I'm online, same model of computer that I want to purchase, and I just when it comes to a brand, a particular company, I want to look at other products that they offer, and I want to look at if I'm looking for a particular computer or something like that, then I want to look at the price. I want to look at different things about that particular computer. Then I might check out their competitors and see if I could get a better deal, a better value. So that's how they go. Yes. So the Nintendo marketing strategy focuses on targeting new markets and leveraging new technology to expand its fan base. Consequently, Nintendo has grown prolifically and all this while consistently being nothing less than bliss to video gamers over the years. So the Nintendo marketing strategy focuses on targeting new markets. So in other words, Nintendo, when it came out, uh, they started dealing with cards, some kind of cards. So I'll get to that as I go further down the article. But they started out with cards before they got into the Nintendo gaming systems. So the Nintendo marketing strategy focuses on targeting new markets. So in other words, they wanted to target new markets in the beginning. So in other words, new markets that opens up that opens up avenue for them to reach more customers, So instead of staying in one market, in other words, they might have a gaming system that does this. Then they might have another gaming system that does that, does something else. But that creates a new market instead of just selling one kind of Nintendo gaming system. So that's what that is. So Nintendo marketing strategy. That was their strategy in the beginning. So, opening up new markets because when a company opens up new markets, yeah, they I guess they realize that you may have some customers that may not want that particular system. So if you open up another market for a different type of system that does this, and it does more than the first system. Just like when you look at that's according to the gaming, the gaming systems. But when you look at the iPhone, you look at the iPhone, and every time they come out with a new iPhone, they're opening up a new market, and every iPhone does something different or has more features. It might, let's see, the first one may have a better picture quality, have better picture quality. It may have picture quality, video quality, whatever features that phone may have, so that that the next iPhone is not going to it's going to be a little bit better than the first iPhone. So that's how they do it. They're opening up new markets, and then they might have some customers that say, all I need is this phone here, for that has a certain amount of pixels, uh, you know, which relates to the picture quality. And then you might have some customers that say, "Hey, this phone is good enough for me." And then, oh no, and somebody might say, "Oh no, I need that phone." So that's what they do. So I think the iPhone, I think the iPhone 14 may be out. I think I'm not sure. I have to check with that. So, but I think I have the iPhone. I have the 4, which is smaller. I think it's a 4, and then I have the 7, and then I think I have the 12 and the XR. Yeah, so I have the XR. So I have those the older ones, but I do have the iPhone 12. But so you notice that every time you get an iPhone, the updated, the latest one is going to it's going to do something different. In other words, you're still getting more for your money. So the company has been ruling the video game world. They have been ruling the video game world, and with time has evolved and ascended to new horizons. Its consoles have always been characterized by new technology for enhancing both causal and serious gaming experiences across an array of devices by leveraging mobile gaming as well as desktop and PC gaming. So mobile gaming, you can play the game. I mean, you play them on your cell phone. So your cell phone is just like computers, and then your PC gaming, personal computer gaming. An important part of the Nintendo marketing strategy is winning brand loyalists in the form of older audiences as well as Generation Z. So in other words, the Nintendo marketing strategy is to target. So in other words, you're looking at your target market. Their target market was, you know, older audiences as well as Generation Z. So in other words, I mean, your target market should be anybody that want to purchase. So it's all good, yes. So anybody that want to purchase, that's my target market, really. Yeah. So it says an important part of the Nintendo marketing strategy is winning brand loyalists. So in other words, loyalists, loyal customers, winning brand loyalists. Customers that are loyal to your brand. So I would be loyal to your brand as long as you have what I want at a convenient location. Is comfortable price, and quality. Your products and services must be of quality, and so that is what it is for me. So in other words, their target market. This is Nintendo. So an important part of the Nintendo marketing strategy. So in other words, they still, they're thinking about the loyal customer. I mean, so right, the loyal customer, it could be adults, maybe 18 and up, 18 and up, and then older audiences. So they're saying older audiences and Generation Z. So, a brief history on Nintendo. Nintendo is a Japanese multinational consumer electronics and video game company founded in 1889 by Fusajiro Yamauchi. So, it's a Japanese multinational consumer electronics company. I didn't even know that. So, I didn't know that they started out. I mean, they was a Japanese multinational consumer electronics video game company founded in 1889. Imagine that, 1889. So multinational. They are worldwide, multinational. So multi means many, many, many nations. So that's why I look at it. Yes, it's so good. Many nations. So that means to me worldwide. So they're a Japanese company started in 1889. It originally, um, Nintendo originally produced handmade playing cards before branching out into other types of entertainment, such as toys, video games, and health and fitness products. So they started out with just these playing cards. So a lot of companies have, that I did my research on. They started out with one thing and then they branched off into something else. I did some research on KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. They started out with different items in their product line, but their main product was their fried chicken, Colonel Sanders fried chicken with all those different seasonings and spices. So in the 1980s, also video games were marketed. Yeah, I remember the Atari video game. Atari was dominant in this market. Games designers around the world were scrambling to develop games for Atari VCS systems. Similarly, arcade games flourished in Japan and the US, which encouraged Nintendo to start playing arcade games. Donkey Kong was such a success that it prompted Nintendo to escape financial difficulties and help to expand its distribution network across North America. What? It's so good. Yes. So Donkey Kong was such a success and it prompted Nintendo to escape financial difficulties. So in other words, they came out with another game called Donkey Kong, and I guess they had so many customers that they targeted, and it took them out of their financial difficulties. It took them out of their financial difficulties. So in other words, they had what the people wanted, and they probably had it at a comfortable price. See, as consumers, the prices they set, it's all up to us, the price that we are willing to pay. So if it's a price that you're willing to pay and you purchase it, but you don't have to purchase it, but a price that we are willing to pay, then we purchase. And we are consumers, we are customers and consumers. So we are consumers because we use up all these, different items. Customers, when you go purchase, you go to a store like Walmart, Kmart, Target. You might go to, whatever store you go to. What? Yes. So whatever store you go to, yeah, it's so good. What? Yes. So Mr. Old New Conga, Emmanuel in Zubete. What? Yes. So back in Nigeria, so young man, born and raised in Nigeria. Yes. And I was born and raised in, yeah, the United States of America. So let's keep it moving. In 1982, Nintendo was selling 60,000 Donkey Kong consoles sales to consumers worldwide. Imagine that. In 82, they sold 60,000 Donkey Kong consoles. I don't even remember. I really don't even remember the Donkey Kong, the console. But I do remember. I do remember the Nintendo. It was a Nintendo 64. Yeah, yeah. I remember the Nintendo 64. What? Yes, it was focused on dominating the video game market with creative positioning as it is now. So we had the Nintendo 64, and I did purchase the what's that other Xbox, was it Xbox 360 or something like that? I know I did purchase that too. Today the Nintendo, but at the Nintendo, I think that is the Xbox. I think that's Microsoft. But yeah, I think that is Microsoft system. But the Donkey Kong is the Nintendo company. Your brand is your company, and your company is your brand. What? Yes. Today, the Nintendo Entertainment System is much more widespread than just playing cards. Yeah, so Nintendo started out with the playing cards. So they had a vision, I guess. They had a vision, and they expanded their product line. Why stay with just why just stay with these cards? When you see a market for a certain, product, why not test the market? And so that's what they did. They moved past those cards, and they started dealing with the Nintendo gaming system. And it says, right, the Nintendo Entertainment System is much more widespread than just playing cards. So they had, and the brand dominates the video game industry. The brand dominates the video game industry. It's one of the world's most recognizable brands globally and has become synonymous with gaming culture. What? It's so good. Yes. So, in the early 1980s, Nintendo released its first home video game console, the Famicom, in Japan, and later introduced it to North America as the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. What? It's so good. What? This system popularized gaming with titles such as Super Mario Brothers. What? Yeah, I remember the Super Mario Brothers. I get excited because I remember the Super Mario Brothers. What? Yes. So yes, I love that game. I used to play that game. I used to play the Pac-Man game. Yes, so Super Mario, where are you? The Legend of Zelda and Tetris. In 1989, Nintendo also released the Game Boy. What? Yes, I do. I definitely remember the Game Boy because I know I had one. I had one as well. The Game Boy. Yes, where are these Game Boys? I wonder are they still around. The Super Mario Brothers game, and then the Game Boy, the little Game Boy. It was small, like a handheld, video game. It was the first handheld video game console. It sure was. What? Yes, it's all good. What? The massive success. So I just had me some cold water today, y'all. What? Yes, sir. The massive success of the NES and Game Boy led Nintendo to create other successful gaming hardware, such as the SNES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo 64. I said, what? Yes. Nintendo 64. GameCube. Yes, the GameCube. Oh, the Wii and the Wii U. Mm-hmm. In addition to its own hardware, Nintendo has also developed highly acclaimed games for both mobile devices and home consoles. Some of their most iconic titles include Donkey Kong, Super Mario Brothers, The Legend of Zelda, and Pokemon. What? Yeah, I remember Pokemon. Many people have enjoyed playing Mario from a very early age and continue doing so even now. So people still playing. People are still playing. Playing that. According to companies marketcap.com, as of November 2022. What? Yes. Nintendo is the world's 312th most valued company and amongst prodigious gaming companies with a current market cap of over 48.87 billion. What? And a total revenue of 14.6 billion. It continues to be an innovator in the industry, creating memorable experiences for gamers of all ages. Right. You want to be a brand. So when you're building a strong brand, you're building a trustworthy brand. You want to build a memorable brand. Oh, wow. Now, this is a memorable brand. So you want a strong brand, a trustworthy brand, a brand that, offer products and services that the customer can trust, and a memorable brand. You want a memorable brand because you don't want customers to let your company go out of their mind. You want to make sure your customers remember you, a memorable brand. So I did some research also on Walmart. So the largest retail brand in the world. What? Yes. So how can you let Walmart go out of your mind? Walmart is a memorable brand. Nintendo is a memorable brand. We have what's that? Microsoft. They have the 360, Xbox 360, but they also have the software, the computers. So I do have the what's that? What's that? I think it's Office 365. I think yeah. So I have that. Live without those. So, and I need my Microsoft Word. So, Microsoft is also a memorable, trustworthy, dependable, reliable brand. So, let's keep it going. What? Oh, let's see. Let me see where I stopped at. Nintendo is also well known for its commitment to quality and customer service. Well, yes, quality. You have to offer quality products and services. In other words, services. You run in a hair salon, beauty salon, nail salon. You still have to produce quality. You have to offer quality. You have to make sure you're creating quality for your customer because the one main it's one, but it's not the only thing that is important when it comes to business. So one thing that is very important when it comes to business, your business, my business, any of those businesses out there, you want to do something to make the customer come back. Yes. So if the customer's not coming back, then you're doing something wrong. Why? It's so good. Yes. You offer value, you offer loyalty, you offer quality products and services, you offer uh, trust, you offer value. When you're branding, and you're putting your company together, you want to build a company, you want to build a brand. Your brand is your company is your brand. You want to build a company, you want to build a brand, you want to, you know, uh, You want to have all these things that that satisfy the customer satisfaction, great customer service. So you need all those things when you're creating your brand, building your company. It says today Nintendo continues to produce some of the world's most popular games and consoles, as well as developing new technologies to create even more engaging gaming experiences. With its large library of iconic games, strong reputation for quality and customer service, and ever evolving technology, Nintendo has established itself as an industry leader and a pillar of the gaming world. So, in other words, Nintendo gaming systems, the Nintendo brand is uh, it's the industry leader and a pillar of the gaming world. So, industry leader. So, when you look at the competitors in that particular market, competitors that sell those gaming systems, and when you look at that, 9 times out of 10, you might pick one that's you might go somewhere and purchase from that particular brand. If they have something unique. I mean, it's all in all what you want, because it's all in all what you want and what the system does for you. You might purchase this gaming system because it does this. The Nintendo 64. You might want that because it has these features. Or you might just be a customer that just like the brand. Sometimes we like certain brands and we want to go to that particular brand. But we're looking at the competitors as well. So in other words, who else sells a who else sells a Nintendo 64? I mean, I guess they have that probably have a trademark for Nintendo 64. But in other words, what other company may sell a gaming system that does the same thing that Nintendo 64 does? So I mean, they wouldn't call it Nintendo 64, but you can create a machine and you can have to call it something else though. But it's so good. And but 9 times out of 10, Nintendo is a familiar brand. So if another company came along and created a machine like just like this Nintendo 64, it does the same thing that the Nintendo 64 does, but it has a different name and it's a different company. 9 times out of 10, we are going to purchase from that familiar brand, which is the Nintendo brand. What? So let me get going. I can talk all day and night about marketing, branding, trademarking. It's just so much to learn. So much to learn. So when you get into trademarking your company products and services, that is that's a different topic, but it's all related. So all related. So all those, and see your trademarks, your copyright, your trademark and your copyright, and then you're talking about branding. So when you're looking into the intellectual property, you're looking into your intellectual property, your copyrights and your trademarks. That is very important too when you run a business. But it's I think when it comes to that, to those I mean when it comes to trademarking, trademarks, what they do, that's the distinguishable mark from one brand to the next. In other words, like we have over here, we have McDonald's, we have Walmart, we have Kmart, we have different brands. We have the retail brands and we have fast food brands, and they all have their distinguishable mark. Like McDonald's has the large M and the golden arches, and then they spell McDonald's out. So that's their trademark trade name. That would distinguish them from, say, another brand. I did some research on the other brand. So a fast food brand, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. So when you look at the distinguishable trademark, it's going to be different. So you cannot infringe on another company's trademark, because that would be trademark infringement. But when you're looking at different brands, you see that all of them have their different trademark, trade name, and then they have their different color, different company colors. So don't want to get into trademarks right now. I think I did do a video on trademarking, trademarking your products and services and why is trademarking important. Yes, because you don't want another company, you want companies to know that, hey, look, I'm using this trademark, I'm using this logo in commerce. That means if I use it in commerce, I'm making money. I'm making money off of this, my products with my labels and my logos and my trademark. So I'm making money, and that way companies will know that that's your brand. Don't infringe on my brand. So that's how they go. But let me move on. Nintendo sells its products worldwide as a major influencer amongst the major players in the game market. In the game market, the European head office is headquartered in Frankfurt, Germany. The operations throughout Oceania, New Zealand, etc. Nintendo's product is widely distributed in all major areas of the world and can be purchased across the market. So Nintendo, wow, this is something, It says the European head market is headquartered in Frankfurt, Germany, but they also have an office in Washington, I guess Washington D.C., and is headquartered in Melbourne with operations throughout Oceania, New Zealand, etc. Nintendo's product is widely distributed in all major areas of the world and can be purchased across the market. So today they started it at what 1889, and they started with the cards. But just think now you can still to this day purchase a Nintendo 64 if you want one. Just think about that. Yes. If you need a Nintendo 64, you can purchase one today. And this is 2023. Just think of that. They started out with the cards, then they started getting into the video game industry. So they opened up a new market. They opened up a new market and they opened up a new bag, a new bag of money. What? Yes. So don't be scared to start a new market. There's nothing wrong with opening up a new market. You in business, you have your company, and say, for instance, you're just selling bicycles, So you're just selling bikes for the whole family, but you want to open, they always say, never be afraid to open up a new market. So you might want to sell something more. You want to expand your product line. You might not just want to sell bicycles. So open up a new market if you can. But I mean, it takes research. So it takes research. Research, marketing plan, business plan. Right, into don't just jump into a market. I guess I would say, don't just jump into a market. Don't just jump into business without your business plan, your marketing plan, your marketing strategy. What? Ah! Yeah. So, okay. Let me see. Okay, Nintendo, they started, well, actually they didn't start, but they are a Japanese company. So Nintendo is a Japanese multinational electronics gaming company. What? I didn't even know they were Japanese. What? Yes. But Nintendo, the Japanese multinational consumer electronics and video game company since its inception in 1889. Wow. Ooh. Lord, this make you want to go out your door and start your business. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Okay. It's a electronics. It's a multinational man. Whoa, what in the world? Yes. So I mean, I knew that they were big. Big. It says so they are multinational since 1889. What? How many years is that? Over 200 years ago. It has grown to become one of the most successful and influential companies in the world. Most successful and influential. So, in other words, I guess the gentlemen that started the company, they started out as entrepreneurs. They started out as entrepreneurs. So the risk takers in the business, you are an entrepreneur. You are responsible for the success or failure of that business. So what? Yes. So, but I mean KFC, Colonel Sanders, he started out as an entrepreneur. And then we have Walt Disney. He started out as an entrepreneur. So all of them, all the ones that I did research on. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put all the ones that I did research on, put all of them on one list, all the names, all the companies and all the names, the name of the company. So I have a whole lot of them. I have a whole lot more to go. I have a list about 400 on my list of companies that I be doing a few of them at a time, but it's just so many. It is so many brands in the world. So let me finish because I want to finish this. I've been talking for 40 minutes. Nintendo's vision is to innovate and engage people. Right. You have to engage people because without people, you don't have no brand. Without people, people are going to be ones that purchase. The consumers, the customers. Nintendo's unique consoles, like I said, it has something that's unique. So I don't think there's any other companies, I guess plural. I don't think there's any other companies that had a gaming system like the Nintendo 64. What? Nintendo 60. I miss Nintendo. I miss them. I might want to go buy me one. Let me stop. So on a Nintendo 64, y'all, I want one. Nintendo's unique console. So that's what I'm saying is they had something unique. So I'm playing around, but when I think about it in my mind I'm just thinking, I'm visualizing that there wasn't any other companies that came out with a system like the Nintendo 64. So basically, they monopolized the market when it came to the Nintendo 64. I don't remember any other gaming systems or any other companies that had something that was similar to the Nintendo 64. So the Nintendo company, they monopolized the market. That means they had control over that particular market, that particular gaming system, because no one else had it. They were the only ones that sold it. Just like over here, we have Pepco, our electric company. So we have Pepco, and that's the only company that sells electricity. So they monopolizes the market. They are the only ones that we get our electricity from. Yes, and also the water company. It ain't like you got two or three different water companies where you're gonna get your water from to come in your house. And how many companies do you know about where they coming out now with this solar energy? But we still only have one electric company. It's called Pepco, and then we have I think it's out in Virginia. It's called Vepco, and I think they have I think in Maryland it's called Pepco too. But so Pepco monopolizes the market just like Nintendo. What? So I mean, but then when I look at the iPhone, so then I think about the iPhone. I mean, we have other do we have other iPhone companies, or is it just Apple? Now, does Apple monopolize the market when it comes to iPhones? Well, I know they have Android phones. We do have different cell phone brands. We have the Android brands, and you have Android brand, the Android brand, and then you have different companies that do sell those regular cell phones, not an iPhone. So I mean, I guess the iPhone does monopolize the market when it comes to iPhones. I mean, I have to check into that, but I'm pretty sure. But let me move on. So I'm just coming up with all kinds of stuff. Wow, Nintendo's customer first culture. Nintendo's customer first culture. Nintendo's mission statement: we believe it is essential not only to provide products of the highest quality, but to treat every customer with attention, consideration, and respect. That's true. Describes its commitment to providing innovative products, services, and experiences for its customers. Nintendo's value focused on mutual reverence, integrity, quality, and safety. Right. So you definitely have to have products that are safe for the customer. Nintendo's values include quality, innovation, respect for others, integrity, and safety. These values are applied to all aspects of the company, from product design to customer support. They help guide the direction of the company and help ensure that the company remains focused on its goals. Nintendo's commitment to quality is seen in its dedication to creating products that are safe, secure, and of high quality. This commitment to safety extends to all aspects of the company's operations. What? It's all good, including product design, manufacturing processes, customer service, and marketing practices. What? The company also has a strong commitment to innovation, right? So why not be innovative and creative? So, like Apple, the Apple iPhone, you know, they are innovative and creative every couple of years. They are coming out with a different iPhone for us, the customer. We are their target market. Yes. So, you know, so when they come out with these different, these phones with different features, so that is being innovative, being creative. So, in other words, it opens up new markets, in my opinion. What? Yes. So a different market for this phone, a different for this type of phone with, it might have a front and back camera, or this phone might have 3 cameras. I mean, the next phone might have 4 cameras. Who knows? What? We don't know what features Apple are going to come up with for the next phone. We don't know. We don't know. What? We don't know. Not only just Apple, any other cell phone company, building intimate and deep sentimental bonds with the customers, right? You definitely have to build. So this is their vision and their mission. So this is Nintendo. This is let me see what it said. It did say, yeah, this is the Nintendo vision, mission, and values. So this is their vision, mission, and values. Nintendo. So they want to. The vision is to innovate and engage people. Customer first culture. So in other words, they have a customer first culture. The customer is first. So right, I talked about culture. I talked about culture in one of my courses at Australia University. So in other words, they want to build a customer based culture, a culture that caters toward the culture that caters toward the customer. So in other words, we talked about culture within the organization, right? So that's an organization. That's a company. So a lot of times, when you look inside your company, you're looking at your organization. You have to make sure things are going. I guess I would say going smooth, going this way or that way, going in a positive way is what I'm saying. Going in a positive way. And so in other words, you're running a company, even if you're working on for a company, you want value, people. You want to hire people that has great morals, great ethics. In other words, basically what I'm saying is, inside the organization, if you don't make it positive, in other words, behavior. In other words, the behavior within a corporation is not positive. Say, for instance, customers are not customers, but employees. Employees are not getting along, and you have a lot of stuff going on within that organization. But then what I'm saying is, if you don't correct it, it becomes normal behavior within the organization. So that is part of the culture. That is a culture that you see, the culture that you create within your organization and your company. Your brand is your company is your brand. It's very important. And then when you if you have an organization and you have a company, I mean, your company is your organization anyway. So your organization is what is a group of people working together to achieve a particular goal. That's an organization. What? Yes. So what I'm saying is you have to be careful of the you have to be careful when you are running your business, you're working for a company, whatever the case may be. You want to be careful, and you want to keep a lookout for negativity within that organization, because sometimes people can run a company and a lot of bad unethical things are going on, and nobody does anything about it, and it becomes normal behavior. That is the culture that you create within your organization. So that's how that goes. But oh Lord, I don't like to get started because I said I need 3 hours to talk. I have so much. I'm gonna write down, so I need to take some notes when I get off live. Why it's so good? Nintendo's values focus on mutual reverence, integrity, quality, and safety. And Nintendo's values include quality, innovation, respect for others, integrity, and safety. I think I read this. I think I read that. I don't know what's going on outside. But I think I read that. Yeah, I read that. Okay, I read that. Okay, let me start. I think I'm on number 4. Okay, so this part of their vision and their mission. And they want to offer value for the customer, building intimate and deep sentimental bonds with the customers. Right. Customer relationships, positive customer relationships are very important because you want the customer to come back. Yeah, you want to build an intimate and deep sentimental bond with the customer. So customer relationship, businesses and customers. Yeah, you want to build a good relationship because you want the customer to come back. You want the customer to feel that he's appreciated, his money is appreciated, as well as as the customer. So that's how they go. But you don't want no customer that's unsatisfied. You don't want a customer that's not satisfied with the products and services that you offer, especially customer service. Your customer come in the store, you want them to feel loved and appreciated and respected. You want customer to feel that you know we have what you want. We have what you want. We stand by our brand, and when you get your products home, the products are going to live up to our name, our company brand. So, you want to start, you want to send out email, create an email list so you keep up with your customers, so you want to know, say, hey, you was in the store today and you purchased such and such. So, how did you like it? How did you like the service? How did you like the product? Did it do what it said? I mean, did it conform to you? Did it do what it was supposed to do when you got it home? It says Nintendo has been successful in creating a unique brand experience that's both entertaining and inspiring. Right. Through its visions, mission, and values, it has been able to connect with people on a deeper level and build relationships beyond the transactional one. Right. So in other words, it has been able to connect with people on a deeper level and build relationships beyond the transactional one. So beyond the transactional one, so what they saying? So what? Transactional one. So I guess transaction. I guess once you purchase the product, they still, in other words, you go in the store, you purchase a product. Say for instance, I go to Walmart, I go to Kmart, I go to Target, I could go to McDonald's, which is their McDonald's is the what's that fast food restaurant. We have McDonald's, we have Church's Chicken, we have Popeyes that sell fried chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, rice and biscuits. But different brands. We also have Safeway and Giant Food. There's grocery store brands. We have Lidl. We have then also retail brands. We have Kohl's. There's so many brands in the world. I stopped counting. But so a transactional one. In other words, we want you to still have us on your mind. We want you to still have us on your mind even after you purchase your product and you go home. We still want you to have our company on your mind. So that's what I say. That's what I mean when I say we are, we have to create a memorable brand that people will forget about you, keep up with your customers. So that is important. Like I said, the email list, and keep up with your customer that way. I mean, they also have I forgot what I was gonna say. What was that? The email list and and also surveys. Send out surveys, and depending on your company, you know what you need to do to keep up with the customer. So that's why it says yeah, transactional. You want to build a relationship beyond the transactional one. You want to build a relationship with the customer even after they leave the store. After they leave your brand is your company, and your company is your brand. When they leave the store, you don't want to just forget about the customer, and hopefully they won't forget about you. You want to create a memorable brand, trustworthy brand, a brand that offers quality products and services, a brand that we trust, a brand that offers value, loyalty, everything that a customer wants. So it's all good. So let me go. So I was just thinking off the top of my head with that one. How Nintendo's brand positioning strategy fetched winning edge. Nintendo inspected American consumer markets for a while and found nobody wanted the latest video game electronics. Why are games so good that they're pathetic? Why are they so good that they are pathetic? In Japan, Famicom from the Nintendo Entertainment System was already well positioned to replicate that success. I said the Nintendo Entertainment System was already well positioned to replicate that success. However, to compete with an increasingly difficult global electronic market, Nintendo took a step backward. The Nintendo Entertainment System was projected as a toy, not as an electronic device. This was indeed a wise move. So I was trying to think about other electronic companies that had something similar to the Nintendo 64. I can't think of none. I mean, I guess I only thing I purchased was a Nintendo 64, and I don't remember anything else. But I had to do some more research on that because according to this, it says they had said in Japan, Famicom from the Nintendo Entertainment System was already well positioned to replicate that success. So in other words, they were already in a position to, copy the success of, I guess the first company. So this is Japan, and it's called Famicom from the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's the same company though. That's the same company, Famicom from the Nintendo Entertainment System. This instance is an overview of Nintendo's most significant positioning decisions for the 1985 release of the Nintendo NES. The NES wasn't just an electronic thing, but merely toys. The first NES console had a robot called ROB that would help players play a game. Nintendo hasn't looked back ever since. Of course, why not look back if you? Why not? I mean, why not look back? Why look back? Well, it's so good. Why look back when you already moved forward? Branding and advertising campaigns to create strong customer relationships. Their approach to marketing focuses on creating strong relationships with their customers rather than just selling products. Right. Concentrate on the customer, not just selling your products, right? Because you definitely want to make the customer feel that you care a lot about them as well, right? Because without the customer, you don't even have a company without the customer. The customer makes your brand. The customer makes your brand. This is done through various methods, such as creating unique campaigns that are tailored to their target audience and engaging with the gaming community through events and promotional activities, using iconic characters as brand evangelists. So I'm not going to read all that. a new technology first brand. Nintendo was one of the first companies to leverage new technologies such as motion sensing, game controllers, and virtual reality to further differentiate itself from its competitors. Right. So when you're running a company, and like this Nintendo, the Nintendo 64 when they came out, but you definitely want to differentiate yourself from your competitors. Yeah. Why not? Why why offer the same things they are offering? But you can offer what well, I mean, a lot of companies offer the same thing another company may offer, but what can you do that's different that can uh, set you aside from the next brand, differentiate, what can differentiate you from the next brand? So customers look at things like that. And so when we look at companies and we decide what company we want to purchase from, we're looking at all the things negative and positive about each company. And then that's how we make our decisions. We make our decisions like that. So, differentiate yourself in the market, so from the competitors. You definitely want to always keep up with what your competitors are doing in the same market that you are in. So, say for instance, you want to get in the beauty industry. What's going on in the beauty industry? You want to, do some research. Market research is good as well. Uh, Looking at the trends in the market, looking at the, competitors in the niche that you want to get into. What niche do you want to get into in the beauty industry? Because the beauty industry, that's like a broad term. So it's so many different areas. So you might want to just do makeup, or you might want to do fashion. So, investing in research and development. So this is the vision and the mission, research and development. So yeah, so say for instance, you want to create a new product, you want to offer a new service, you want to bring, something different, you want something unique, you want to bring to the market. Nintendo has also invested heavily in research and development to ensure that its products remain ahead of the competition. This has allowed them to create innovative and unique products that have kept customers coming back for more. So that's what I said. One of the main focuses is got to keep the customer coming back. What? All of these efforts have combined to make Nintendo one of the most recognizable brands in gaming today. And its brand positioning strategy is a key factor in this success. Girl, I don't know. I just love to read. I don't know why. I don't know too many people that like to read, but I do. By creating strong relationships with their customers and investing heavily in research, they have forged an unbeatable edge over their competitors. Well, I mean, of course. Nintendo been around, like what they say, 1886 when they started the company with the cards, and now 1886 to 2023. So, in other words, you start out as an entrepreneur, and it's a chance that you may fail, or it's a chance that you may succeed in business. But you have to have the determination, drive, determination, keep going, because we're going to have failures in anything that we do. We're going to have failures, but I mean, nothing beats a failure but a try. So you will never know whether or not you are going to succeed if you don't try. So sometimes you have to follow your instincts. Sometimes people may say, yeah, oh yeah, you don't need to do that. I don't think that business will work. I don't think you shouldn't do that because blah. Oh, I don't think you should go to college because it costs too much money. What? So if I would have let that sink in my head, I wouldn't have started. I wouldn't have went to college, but I went by creating strong relationships with their customers and investing heavily in research. They have forged an unbeatable edge over their competitors. Nintendo's brand positioning strategy has been integral to its success in the gaming industry. So brand positioning strategy. So in other words, there's so many strategies that you have to have when it comes to being in business. So in other words, they had a strategy at some point, I guess, in their business. They wanted to position, their brand, their company. In other words, I guess they wanted people to have a certain perception of them, so they positioned themselves in a certain area, I guess, within that gaming system market, I guess I would say. Nintendo's USP is state-of-the-art products designed for phenomenal digital gaming experiences. Nintendo LABO. Nintendo has been the leader in the video gaming industry since its first release. Since it first released this iconic console, the Nintendo Entertainment System (NES) back in 1983, by creatively positioning, that's what I said, positioning themselves in a certain area, I guess, within the market of, of a company that sells a Nintendo, gaming system. So they positioned themselves in a family friendly brand, as a friendly brand, and creating innovative products such as the Wii U and Nintendo Switch. I remember those. Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo. Oh, it said Nintendo has successfully outlasted other competitors like Sega, Atari. I remember them. Microsoft Xbox. That's what I had. I did. I purchased the Xbox and Sony PlayStation. What? The Sony PlayStation. So it says Nintendo has successfully outlasted. Imagine that. What? Themselves in the market. And in other words, they gave the customers a certain perception of their brand. So that's what that's part of the definition of uh, branding anyway, is how your customer is going to perceive you. The perception of the customer about your brand. How does the customer perceive your brand? What do they think about your brand? What do they think about your company? What do they think about you? What do they think about your personal brand or your company brand? What? So Nintendo's success has been due in large part to its marketing strategy, which is both creative and innovative. What? Their strategies are centered around the idea of uniting generations, aiming to bring families together by providing games that can be enjoyed by all ages. What? It's so good. Yes, let me move off of it. I gotta go on to, wow, it's a whole hour. I'm still talking. What's the second one I had? I didn't even put it down over there. Let me see. I wrote it down on. It's not on my. Let me see. I did, sir. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to be talking about Adidas and Dell. Let me move over here real quick so I can just, because I don't want to. I like, if I put it on my video, I want to make sure Okay, so let me see. Adidas. I think I did Adidas on one of my other videos. How did, yeah. Just real short. So Adidas, yes, every great story has a beginning. This one started in a small town in Bavaria, Germany. After starting out in his mother's wash kitchen, Adi Dassler registered the Gebruder Dassler Schoolfabrik. I don't know why they call it that. Schoolfabrik in 1924, and embarked on his mission to provide athletes with the best possible equipment. So let's look at the history of Adidas. The shoe brand. Let's look at the Adidas shoe brand. Every great story has a beginning. Okay, I just read that. Okay, started 1900 to 1949, after starting out in his mother's wash kitchen. So the gentleman named Addy Dassler, he started out in his mother's kitchen. And he started out in his mother's kitchen. Said he embarked on his mission to provide athletes with the best possible equipment. So he started making shoes in his mom's kitchen. So he wanted to. His target market was athletes. So people that do the little running and jogging and jumping. Football players, basketball players. On August 18, 1949, Dassler started over again at the age of 49, registered the Adidas sports shoe fabric, and set to work. I guess they must spell it fabric, but they spelled it with a K, so we spelled it with what we spelled with a C. Sports shoe fabric. They spelled it SPORTSCHUH FABRIK. We would spell it FABRIC. And set to work with 47 employees in the small town of Herzogenaurach. So in other words, he started out in the kitchen, his mom's kitchen. His target market was athletes, so he wanted to create this shoe. He was an entrepreneur. He started out, and he started out making shoes in his mom's kitchen, and the target market was, like I said, was the athletes. So he started that, and he probably started out with a little to nothing as far as funds. So it says, and it says he was set to work with 47 employees in a small town. In the same year, he registered a shoe that included the registration of the soon-to-become famous Adidas 3 stripes. From humble beginnings to a global success story, which was accelerated by a miracle. So in other words, from humble beginnings. So what does humble beginnings mean? Humble beginnings to a global success story, which was accelerated by a miracle. A miracle. So he ventured out. He was an entrepreneur. He started, he just had a vision, had a mission, had a vision, and he went with it. He had the drive, he had the determination, and he kept going. He didn't stop. So what if somebody would have told me, yeah, well, them shoes don't look like nothing. I don't think you should keep on making those. Who would have thought that screw-in studs on lightweight football boots would help write history? What? When the German national football team faced the unbeatable Hungarians in the 1954 World Cup final, they won so much more than just a trophy. Their unbelievable victory would be heard around the world for decades to come, and it made Adidas and its founders a household name on football pitches everywhere. What a Dassler. That's his name. Dassler. The revolutionary boots got a lot of attention internationally. So they look, down today, we would not even purchase nothing like that, because I'm looking at a picture of the shoes that Mr. Dassler created. 1967, Franz Beckenbauer tracksuit. What's in a name? Everything when you name it after a Kaiser. When the Franz Beckenbauer tracksuit model celebrated its debut, it became the first piece of apparel for Adidas and opened a whole new business to a company that so far was famous for shoes. So they opened up another market. They were famous for these Adidas shoes, and then they started a company, and they started a new brand, I guess, under the same brand. Like another market opened up for these. I think they said some type of suits or something. Yeah, they said they opened up a whole new business to a company. They opened up a whole new business to a company that so far was famous for shoes. So they started selling tracksuits and apparel. So they expanded their product line. Why not? So I do like the Adidas brand. I like, because I did have some. I had the black and white ones with the stripes. I had the stripe. The athlete's trust. How do you consistently earn the trust of world-class athletes through the decades? Produce innovative products that make them even better. Dassler's secret to success had an additional personal ingredient. He met with athletes Some of them even as visitors in certain places where the word is Rock. Listen carefully to what they said and constantly observe what can be improved or even invented to support their needs. So in other words, he talked to the athletes and see what they wanted, what they needed, and what they wanted in a shoe. So he would, create what they wanted. So I mean, that's a good strategy right there. Instead of creating something that no one may want to purchase, he talked to the athletes and he, asked them what were their needs, asked them about their needs. So that was that appeared to be a success. So that's what it says. It says he met with athletes, some of them even as visitors, and he listened carefully to what they said and constantly observed what can be improved or even invented to support their needs. So he wanted to support their needs. So that was a good strategy too. One ball for or footwear for gold medal winners. So apparel for record breakers, check. Now how about something to kick around? Consider it done. In 1970, Adidas delivered the official ball Telstar for the 1970 FIFA World Cup for the first time. As the name Telstar already tells, the ball was designed to improve visibility on black and white television. It was the beginning of a wonderful partnership with Adidas, providing the official match ball for every FIFA World Cup that followed. So I'm not going to read all of this. So becoming a true multi-sport specialist. So the gentleman named Rock to the world, from him to the world. The three stripes kept expanding to more and more sports throughout the years. This is reflected in the broad range of athletes who trust Adidas to make them better. Besides the usual suspects, such as the world's best football players, like the Argentinian national team, outdoor icon Reinhold Messner climbed mountains in Adidas shoes, and gymnast Nadia Comaneci scored a perfect 10 repeatedly. So different athletes were, continuously wearing his Adidas brand and, competing in different competitions. So let's say right here, Adidas expanded its portfolio of sports early on to gymnastics. For example, Nadia Comaneci scored a perfect 10 with Adidas equipment repeatedly. So all the athletes were wearing the Adidas brand. So uh, aimed to do. He talked to the athletes and he wanted to see, what their thoughts were, what their ideas were, how they felt about, probably how, the shoe look, a certain design of the shoe. So he probably, so when he did that, and then a lot of athletes were wearing his brand, a computer for the feet. It sounds quite common today, but back in the 80s, a computer did not belong, much less fit in your shoe. Didn't stop Adidas from putting it in there, an innovation ahead of its time. The Micro Pacer featured a system that provided performance statistics to athletes. So then 1984, they put a little computer in the shoe, keeping up with your performance. Now they do have these little, I forgot what they call them, but you put them on your arm, and when you're working out, it can tell you how many miles you ran and how many you need to run. I think it's called a Fitbit or something. You put it on your wrist. But he had one. He had something he created for the shoe. It says a computer for your feet. Yep, it sounds quite common today, but back in the 80s, a computer did not belong, much less fit in your shoe. But he did it anyway. It's called the Micro Pacer, featured a system that provided performance statistics to athletes. So in other words, athletes can keep up with their performances. How did they do on that run? I guess they need to, run a little faster to reach more miles or whatever the case may be. But it's all good. Yes, the merge of arts and sports. So I'm not going to read all this because this is a large article, a long article. So yeah, so that's Mr. Dazzler. So I think he left us in 1987. In 1989, so it's in 1987, he left us 3 years after his mother meant troubled waters for Adidas. In 1989, Adidas became a stock corporation, and Addie Dassler's daughters sold their shares, and daughters sold the shares in 1990 after the Dassler daughters exited the company. The change in leadership and questionable strategic decisions caused a record loss in 1992 and brought the company close to bankruptcy. But who doesn't love a comeback story? We all like a comeback story. Robert Louis Dreyfus, the new CEO, job seemed easy. Together with his partner Christian Torres, he understood that the almost bankrupt Adidas did not need to be reinvented. It simply needed a new direction. He turned the sleeping giant from a sales to a marketing driven company and steered Adidas back on the growth path. So that's beautiful. In 1995, 6 years after becoming a corporation, Adidas went public, and its new marketing slogan could not sum it up better. We knew then, we know now. So that's their new slogan. So let me get on to the last one, and that is Dell. So you can read more up on Adidas. You can read more on Adidas when you get ready. But I love, they got some nice shoes and nice little outfits. But let me see how Dell started, and that's the last one. Let's see how Dell started. So, oh, I got a hole in my cup. Water. Mm. Nothing like some nice cold water. What? Yes, nothing like some nice cold water. So let me see did the Dell company start? So let's start out with Dell. Dell, Dell computers. I had a Dell computer before. In 1984, as a young student at the University of Texas, Michael Dell founds PCs Limited with $1,000 and a game-changing vision for how technology should be designed, manufactured, and sold. So this is some interesting news to me. So I know about the Dell computers, but I didn't know the gentleman's name was Dell. So in 1984, his name was Michael Dell. He found PCs Limited. Well, he called it PCs Limited first, and he started out with $1,000 and a game-changing vision for how technology should be designed, manufactured, and sold. So let's get it through the history, the birth of a company. Birth of a company. What? So it says, wow, he started, it says at age 19, Michael Dell, he founded PCs Limited with $1,000 and a game-changing vision for how technology should be designed, manufactured, and sold. In 1984, as a pre-med freshman at the University of Texas at Austin, Michael starts Dell. Michael started the Dell Computer Company. What? It's all good. Yes. So, yes, they're doing business as PCs Limited. So he did business as PCs Limited. I guess he later changed the name to Dell. He left his dorm room at the end of his freshman year to devote all of his time to growing the business. So it makes you think about Mr. what's his name? Started Facebook. And they was in college, Zuckerberg, so this says the birth of a company. So it makes you think about Zuckerberg, how he started a little social media site around Harvard University. So he started a little social media website, and he just wanted it for it was initially supposed to be for just the students around campus. So just a little social media website. And then he started another social media website, and then a lot of people clicked on and joined on. And I think they said, well, the rest is history. What? And then it became worldwide. Yes. Okay, Facebook. So, in 1985, we designed and built our first computer system, the Turbo PC, featuring an Intel 188088 processor running at 8 megahertz, a 10 megabits hard drive, and a 5.25 floppy drive. Yeah, I remember those floppy disks, those floppy drives. We established customer experience as a Dell differentiator with risk-free among the first fastest performing PC, a 12 megahertz, 286 base system at the Spring Comdex trade show. So, and then it says that was 1986. In 1986, they unveiled the industry's fastest performing PC. In 1987, they opened their first international subsidiary in the United Kingdom. That's beautiful. So that is the Dell Corporation. So let me see if they have anything else on Dell. Let me go right here just a little bit more. Then I'm going to close this video out because I'm at 127. So it says Dell Incorporated, formerly PCs Limited. So they used to be called PCs Limited. So Dell, let me write that down. They used to be called PCs Limited. A lot of these companies that I did research on, they had a different name in the beginning, and then they changed it. So I want to write a list of all the companies that I've researched so far, and then I want to put their former names and the present name, and just a little bit about each one. It says, Dell Corporation. So it was called PCs Limited from 1984 to 1988, and then they changed it to Dell Corporation 1988 to 2003. So I guess it's 2003. So I guess they're still called Dell. And it says they're a global company that designs, develops, and manufactures personal computers and PCs and a variety of computer-related products. The company is one of the world's leading computer brands and suppliers of PCs. Dell is headquartered in Round Rock, Texas. The company first named PCs Limited was founded in 1984. Now, I thought it was sooner than that, 1984. Founded. They were founded in 1984 by a gentleman named Michael Dell. Michael Dell. He was a student at the University of Texas in Austin. Initially running the business from a dormitory room. See what I'm saying? Just like Zuckerberg. He was running, he did it in the college, around campus, and created the social media website, and then everybody latched on. So Mr. Dell, he started running his business from the dormitory room. Wow. Dell started out providing customized upgrades for PCs. The venture proved profitable, and Dell dropped out of college. Yes. So I think Zuckerberg dropped out of college too, but hey, what is the difference? So Dell dropped out of college that same year to begin building PCs. Imagine, you named a computer, you make computers, and you gave it your name, your last name. What? That's beautiful. What? Yes, it's so good. What? Yeah, so, in 1985, the company released the Turbo PC, the first computer featuring Dell's own design, founded on the premise of creating and selling custom-built PCs directly to consumers. The company initially sold its products through advertisements and mail order catalogs. So marketing, that's how you make your products available to the customer. Advertisements and mail order catalogs, the little books and stuff. They send them to your house. 'Cause back then, they may not have had, in 1985, they should have had a website. Because I think, let me see, I don't know, but I think computers didn't come out probably like in the 80s. I think it was around the 80s. But they said in 1985 they released their Turbo PC. By avoiding the costs associated with traditional retail markets, Dell was able to offer high quality PCs at competitive prices. Right. So they looked at their competitors, and I mean, in other words, they probably did a little research. They wanted to see what other competitors are doing. So they call that benchmarking. So you do a little benchmarking, and you want to see what other companies are doing. What are they doing? What type of prices are they offering these computers for? Because I want to beat their price. I want to try to attract a particular target market to come over to my brand, my Dell computers, and purchase from my company. What? So yeah, they so by avoiding the costs associated with traditional market retail markets, Dell was able to offer high quality PCs at competitive prices. So they were trying to beat out the competitors. They wanted to try to have that competitive advantage. What? Yes. So the competitive advantage. You ever heard of a competitive advantage? You want to have the competitive advantage over your competitors. In other words, you want to have what the customer wants at a convenient location at an affordable price. So you want to outdo your competitor. You want to outdo them. So they were able to offer high quality PCs at competitive prices. Dell emphasized customer support, sending technicians to service PCs and implementing a policy of risk-free returns. This business model proved successful. What? And the company quickly grew, expanding into international markets. What? The company renamed Dell Computer Corporation. It went public in 1988. When they started selling, they went public. They started selling. People could purchase stock in the company. That's what it means when they went public. 1988. So I mean, I know Microsoft. I don't know what year they went public, but you can buy stock in a Microsoft corporation as well. So this is a long article. Dell released its first notebook computer. What? The 316 LT in 1989. The following years were marked by advancements in Dell's mobile technology. Right, mobile technology. So in other words, they got into the cell phone business as well. Oh man, that's like I say, when you opening up new markets, you already in other words, if they were just selling computers and that's all they made, they manufacture their own computers. But they start, expanding their product line. They opened up new markets within that, right in their company. So it says Dell's first color notebook computer went on sale. And Dell was the first company to offer long-lasting lithium-ion batteries. In 1996, Dell began selling PCs online. Right. I figured they had to come online sooner or later. They have to make their products available to the customers some kind of way, some type of advertisement. So that's marketing right there. So how are the customers going to be able to see what you have in your product line? I can't see it if you keep it back in your warehouse or you keep it on your store shelf and we don't see what you have. So yes, online sales helped Dell overtake the Compaq Computer Corporation in 1999 as the largest seller of PCs in the United States. Dell was doing their thing, I tell you. In the early 21st century, Dell expanded its product line, that's what I said, to include televisions. Dell sells TVs. I didn't even know that. What? Dell expanded their product line. They started selling televisions. That's in the 21st century. That's just, we're in the 21st century now. Yes. So television, digital cameras, and a variety of computer-related products. In 2003, the company was renamed Dell Incorporated to signify a move into the broader consumer electronics market. Dell's dominance in the market began to falter. However, the company returned to private ownership in 2013 when Michael Dell and private equity firm Silver Lake Partners purchased it for $25 billion. What? Wow, that's something else. In 2016, the company and an investment firm acquired EMC, an American corporation that specialized in data storage. The merger, valued at approximately $60 billion, was the largest technology deal at the time. So, oh yeah, this is a long article. Personal computer, a digital computer designed for use by only one person at a time. A typical personal computer assemblage consists of a central processing unit, which contains the computer's arithmetic, logic, and control circuitry on an integrated circuit. Two types of computer memory: main memory, digital random access memory, auxiliary memory, such as magnetic hard disks and special optical compact disks, or read-only memory. We have random access memory, disk CD-ROMs, and DVD-ROMs. Yeah, DVD-ROMs, random. Yep, random access memories. They say RAM, random access memories, but these right here, they say access memory, and auxiliary memory. Then we have the read-only memory. We have the optical compact disc, the read-only memory, the CD-ROMs and DVD-ROMs, and various peripheral devices, including a display screen, keyboard and mouse, and printer. They just tell you about the computer. The things that you have on your personal computer. It's a digital computer designed for use only by one person at a time, right? But I'm going to close out this video. So that is 1:37, 1 hour and 37 minutes. So, yes. So we talked about Nintendo, the Nintendo Corporation, the Adidas Corporation, and the Dell Corporation. So next time I'll bring forward probably 3 more. So yes. So I want to say thanks for joining me. Glad to see you. Glad you could be here. And glad you could join me. So I don't understand why I don't have any type of interaction with anybody, but it's all good. I can talk by myself. What? Yes. So I can talk by myself. Yeah, so next time I have 3 more companies to examine, to analyze. Yes. So I'll see you next time on my next video. It's all good. Yes. So my man on the Congo, born and raised in Nigeria. So yes. And Cheryl, born and raised in the United States of America. We come together on our brand, our YouTube channel, Brainstorm TV One Production. Also, Cooking with Oluconga and Cheryl. So you may see us on either one of those channels, but it's all good. So, let's drink some more water. Yes, I've been talking. This water's so good. Nice and cold, Nice and cold, spring water. So I like to buy that water with electrolytes and electrolytes and I forgot what the other thing is. I forgot what. Yes. So, but it's real good, let it get cold. I buy, buy a couple gallons of that type of water, put it in your freezer, let it get cold. What? Yes. So, but so I've been talking so long. You got So I'm gonna say bye to y'all now. So glad y'all could be here. Glad to see you. Well, there's nobody here but me, but it's so good. Yes. So Brainstorm Theory 1 So, like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment, give me some ideas on some topics, But anything related to business is what I want to talk about, So anything related to business, no gossip, this business. I want to inspire you. I want to educate you. I want to enlighten you. And I want to bring you quality information, information that I want to bring, topics to my channel. I want to bring topics that, you can learn from. I can learn from. Because when I do this research, all the research that I have done, it kind of opens my eyes, and it gives me a great learning experience. Some things I may know, but some things when I do my research, I'll be shocked to know. I'm like, what? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But, so research is always good. So I want to close on this video. I'm at 1 hour and 40 minutes, but it's all good. What? Yes. So, what? Yes. So brainstorm, David. What? Yeah, brainstorm. Brainstorm, David. What? So we out.